already, and then just reset.
Mm-hmm.
And then what this does is it makes our partners really strong the rest of the entire game.
Yeah, the resistance glitch is very, very important. It's not just a sense of, as we're getting started here, it's not just a sense of having the status ailment resistances, but it is also a slight defensive upgrade. If you did, I'm actually playing a fresh file just to kind of go with it. But yeah, Kaylee takes about 10 damage per hit in the first area, and actually when you're when you have the resistance glitch, she actually takes 1. So it's not a massive deal, but like it is a difference in terms of just general strength of your AI partners. AI, you can control them.
Yep, let you take a little bit extra risks throughout the run, at least the early game.
Yeah, we're going to see who's going to lose to the Behemoth.
Behemoth.
So for a game that's touted as being your first RPG and a bit of a tutorial into the genre, the fact that you can lose your tutorial fight by missing more than twice.
Oh, nice fight. So Behemoth, he has 98 HP. In Mystic Quest, the damage is static. There's no randomness in the damage at all, other than if it crits or not.
Yep. So yeah, you do 25 damage per normal hit and 75 for a crit on Behemoth. So you only need 1 hit, 1 crit to defeat him. And conversely, if he crits once and you miss once, you will lose the fight. I see some of our players not opting for the correct choice of scale and going for figure instead. I am disappointed, I must say. I'm a big fan of scale. I always run scale.
Oh, I did some memory testing a couple weeks ago. So he's the one enemy I know the HP for.
All right. I don't know. For me, just always is RPGC sticking with the scale. I don't know if she is. Oh, don't do it to me, please. Oh, status. No! Oh god. Okay, you if you do use scale, you will go up in my personal estimations. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Okay, so for the most part, you'll see that movement as a whole is really simple. It moves at the right pace, the same pace the entire time. The only thing that you need to know is that whenever you jump, you actually lose a frame. So although it's fun to jump, it's time every single time you do it. So our players will be very boring and walk the entire way, which is fine. It is a speed run after all. But the most important thing, obviously, is going to come down to those fights and how it all works. You can swap your character between auto and manual, and we'll be doing that at particular times, obviously, to get the best speed that we can. So what you'll probably see on the first one, you'll just go auto and attack, and then you'll get the 1 hit, and then you'll get your own hit, and then swap to manual so you can one-shot the maybe an enemy on full HP and have Benjamin finish off the one on low HP, as both players seem to be getting, which is really nice. But a miss from Katie there. And a miss from Benjamin, poor Rikuplayer.
Pretty unfortunate, yeah. So a lot of the run is also trying to abuse some minor mechanics along the way. We'll see some interesting effects on the next fight.
So Rikuplayer keeping Kaylee on auto there when Benjamin was dead. Now, if Benjamin dies in these scenarios, you just want to go for it and finish the fight, because you still get the experience when Benjamin's dead, and it's just quicker than wasting a turn having to revive. And when Rikuplayer's just getting like a million dodges here, and RPGC actually takes the lead in this race after Rikuplayer getting the crit on the first boss. But yeah, the first boss.
Don't think I've seen that many early game misses before.
Oh well, the game can always surprise you, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what we're talking about is we're going to put Kaylee onto manual and then life the boss. So if you didn't have her on manual, she just attack it. It's got 204 for 40 HP, but it is a zombie type character, so it can be lifed like you just saw. So simple life, kills it in 1 hit. It can miss, by the way. Life can miss, but we got away with it, so it's all good.
Alright, and then for whatever reason the game sends us to open up an empty chest so we can have our favorite character, Tristram.
Oh man, he's so good.
So good when he works.
Yeah, if. I don't think it's a case of when, it's a case of if.
So is his new name Iftum?
Yeah, why not?
Tristif. Okay, Tristif. Okay, we'll go with that.
So yeah, he has got 99 shurikens, which are really strong against characters or enemies that are in the air. But he's just got a horrible hit chance. We're going to be relying on him to get some kills, maybe some crits as well, where possible, to kind of shave down the time on some fights. You'll see the most part is that our players will be potentially running from fights. They want to see either 2 or, obviously the best, being 1 enemy in a formation. Whenever you run away and re-engage the fight, the formation can change. The reason we don't want to see 3 is that we're going to get bombs from this little cutscene here, and these are very, very powerful, and they never miss, which is a nice little caveat to them. However, when you hit multiple enemies, as you can imagine when you're kind of doing AoE, is the damage splits. So if there's 2 enemies, like that, for RPGC, Tristan will attack to kill 1, like that, and then you've got a full-blown bomb to strike on the other one shot as well. So that's kind of why we want to see 1 or 2 enemies at most.
There is one exception to that in the next couple of dungeons, after we open up our next chest with the seeds, though.
For sure, yeah. Sometimes we like seeing 3 enemies, and those are very specific reasons, either like weaknesses or a little glitch that we'll get to, and I'll leave JC to explain that when we get there.
When we get there.
Aha, there we go. So actually, funnily enough, because of 1 flea necessary from RPGC, Rikuplayer has immediately taken the lead in this. Oh man, it's so back and forth, this game.
Yeah, because each run costs probably 8 seconds or so.
For sure, yeah. Given the need to input it, the battle loading and in and out. So we'll see Tristan go after the worm, and then the bomb on the solo Gorgon to kill it. I don't actually think Tristan's got enough power in a neutral strike actually to one-shot the Gorgon. Both players getting a 3 skeleton.
No.
And a single. Interesting. And they're actually back
that was a synced kill.
Because the bomb animation lasts so long and the shuriken animation didn't, they're actually neck and neck. Oh, Mystic Quest, please. You didn't think there could be so much back and forth in like the first 7 minutes of a game, could you?
On that single Minotaur, you actually wanted to defend with Tristan and not waste that time with them attacking.
There is that as well, yeah, because Tristan cannot one-shot the Minotaur, yeah. So, Ulo. And a triple for RPGC! Oh dear, an early lead then? Maybe, potentially. We'll see how that goes. Okay,
basically,
so
we got seeds now. Up until the second boss from now, they definitely want to see a couple 3 encounters. So basically, whenever you use an item you have in a battle, and you undo it after selecting your partner, and then you run away, the game just says, "Oh, okay, here's a free seed or a free item, whatever you use."
Yeah.
So
it's really odd. It's kind of like when you use the item is kind of disappears from your inventory, and then when you undo it, it kind of gives it back to you. But the thing is, when you run away, it gives it back to a full list, which is really weird. The running away animation, or the running away action, basically resets your list back to 3, but you still have the effect of the giving it back the one that it thinks you've used. Your AI partner does obviously have to be on manual for that, because as soon as you use the seed, it will go on to the next person. So you have to make sure you're on manual when you're doing that as well. So
yeah,
it's really weird, but it's cool.
So this game is 85% RNG, 5% item management, and 10% execution, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd say people can't. I would personally, put a lot more stock in execution, because menus, actually the menuing system is really important to be smart and clean on. If you think about kind of just going over to like using API
or even
spell, knowing
or even just even weapon management, selection management as well. Just making sure you're going 1 step rather than 3.
Yeah, pretty much. It is really kind of knowing exactly your way around that menu and just executing it as clean as possible. So that's my personal stock on it. I'd say probably say like 60% RNG and 30% or maybe 65% RNG, 30% execution, because of the game of the length that it is, and the amount of menus we go through for every single fight.
Yeah.
You know, it adds up. It adds up.
Yeah, I'm also kind of using that as a reference point. It's like once you get all that part down.
Yeah, then once you're nailing menus, yeah, then it's just a case of do I get the right RNG or not. Yeah, so far it's been a really interesting skull rush on both sides.
Oh,
There's a slight advantage now for RPGC, but the crit from Tristram has also put both players are now into the third phase of deterioration on our bosses here. And the final stage now for both players. Wow, this is very close. Using Quake as well. Interesting to use Quake. I like to keep them for the Wintry Cave, but Rip Earth will put Benjamin under. Instant life spell, and then because your input was already put, Benjamin still gets his go, which is quite lucky. Oh no! Rikuplayer's lost Tristram!
And there we go.
Okay.
Nice. Very nice.
Ooh.
Nice sync right there again.
Losing Tristram is pretty scary. We
Losing,
never pick up a life spell.
losing any partner is really scary.
So yeah, we never pick up a life spell, and every single party member, or NPC character, or partner character, whatever you want to call them, does have a life spell on them. They all have one because you're expected to. You're not expected to kind of go through without a casualty. So every NPC character does have a life spell. You can pick one up too, but we skip it because we skip a lot in this game. This is pretty much synced up.
So they're gonna make a couple stops along the way out. One's grabbed a small shield, it lets Ben not die as fast. Sometimes.
Yeah. It's like +5 defense, I think. It's steel armor's 6 and steel shield is 5, I think.
Something like that.
I mean, it's technically doubling your defense at this point, right? But it just kind of helps because enemies do because we are going to be under-leveled for, let's say, the entire game. It just does help that little bit just to have an extra bit of defense. God, could you imagine an all clear, like every fight? That would hurt. Yeah, just walking out now. Again, simple movement. It's not going to be too much happening. Gotta love Bone Dungeon. Until we get the exit spell, we're going to have to do a lot of walking out of dungeons, which is kind of, you know,
It's there.
Yeah, it's a thing that's happening. You can see it quite well. And our players will also pick up a healing potion just here, just straight over, and then use the wonderful jump ability to go 1 square extra, which then allows you to move back to the left when you're kind of going back on the sands, and then allows you to continue. So what's your favourite dungeon in this game then, JC?
I think my favorite dungeon is just Doom Castle in general. For me, it's like a lot of reasons I'll ever play a game or keep playing is because of music and soundtracks.
Yeah.
And then Doom Castle definitely wins that one, especially the Dark King fight. Unfortunately, that fight normally doesn't last long enough to hear the cool parts on it.
Yeah. Definitely one of those things that if you're hearing the good bit, you're going very slowly. Just fine. Sometimes I'm of the opinion of I don't mind it going slowly because we can rock out.
Apparently, we need to start running Hundo so we can hear the volcano music.
It's not bad, the volcano music. It's pretty solid.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it over like the usual kind of big shouts of, you know, Dark King.
Yeah.
Thing.
I mean, I will say that there's not a single bad track in this game at all.
Yeah, I'd agree with that one. They're all pretty solid. They all do their job and they're very, very consistent with the general feel of the game, aren't they? So we've got the best character in the game, Phoebe. She's very, very powerful in terms of her magic. And she's got some pretty strong weapons as well. She's currently starting off with the cat claw, which we'll see how well that goes. First of all, our players have all got to go to this house and find out that this is Phoebe's house. Found out that Spencer's not here. He must be underground, but he's frozen in. So we have to find a way to unfreeze Aquaria. So we got to have a little look around. So we're going to go check with the nearby wintry cave, see what we can find out. So when we're talking about, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so Phoebe really wants to go here because she knows the Libra crest is here, and that little temple we found her in is where some wake water is, which she believes will unfreeze Aquaria. But yeah, so shoutouts to Phoebe. I think she has the best AI as far as autoing. I don't think you rarely see her do the wrong thing unless she just run out of charges.
Pretty much, yeah. I think there's one thing that does trip her up here, to be honest, and that's when you have multiple enemies. So if you have 3 scorpions, one fire will, because they're weak, one fire will kill 3 hedgehogs, 3 scorpions. Now, in this scenario here, RPGchick said if she was to have Phoebe on auto, she would not fire all 3 of them because there's 2 separate enemies, despite the fact that she can one-shot them all. So that's why we stay as manual when there's 2 enemies that we can do. That's the only time she does get a little bit caught up. But other than that, yeah, she's pretty solid. So again, auto will 1 fire, and then we have the Quake to finish off the 2 worms as well. But yeah, if knowing when you need to turn auto off because you have a better option is kind of important, and being able to kind of immediately recognize that and then react to it as soon as possible. That comes with a bit of experience and just general game knowledge.
Yeah, and then a little bit of paying attention to your current status as well.
And as you say, Phoebe's got really good AI for the most part, so she'll be able to control the majority of it. But it's very rare you have to swap her off. But the likes of Ruben and Kaylee 2 specifically.
I don't like Kaylee 2 sometimes.
No one does, mate. No
yeah.
one does. It should be noted as well that Phoebe has given us the cat claw, and she's now equipped herself with the bow of grace. This is a crazy strong weapon. And the crit rate's not amazing, but she does crit a fair few times, and we're going to want to see those. We have some options that are good damage, more than a regular bow of grace, but the crit chance potential is pretty good. So yeah, there's the enemies fire. Good stuff for Rikuplayer. Let's make sure we get that swap off. For the longest time, I kind of didn't know, for some reason, that you could actually quake the worms. I always struggled with the worms for some reason.
Yeah, Riku decided to drop a bomb for some good luck.
See, that was good stuff in there. So you saw Rikuplayer flee from the worms, but RPGC swapped Phoebe to auto. She bow of graced 1, and then the quake came off to defeat the other 2. So that was a good option from RPGC. Very nice. Yeah, the Thunder to bomb, and both players got a really nice fight where where Benjamin was not outturned. Benjamin can be outturned by the the satyrs. I'm going to call them satyrs. I can't remember the name.
The Spartans.
Okay, cool. Sorry,
yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, basically after this dungeon is when Benjamin starts being slower than everyone.
Why did I satyr? They're nothing like satyrs. Of course they're satyrs. Double confused is not good. Double bomb for RPGC, and Rikuplayer gets away with it. So,
oh no. RPGchick opting to run away from that and not dealing with that confusion.
Yeah. See, this is the issue about what's going first. Yeah, you just got to hope for it, really, haven't you?
Yeah. Forgot the centaurs are actually can be faster sometimes. I know the Spartans coming up have a pretty high chance of going first.
Oh yeah. Some nice formations over on Rikuplayer's side, and but he's run out of charges.
Oh no.
I mean,
I think the Thunder Bomb works still. I think he still has enough thunder left.
I mean, going to go for the seed anyway. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I'm not sure if he's going to have.
He might have to dupe another seed depending on how his management goes.
Yeah, see, I think he used his seed too early because he should have remembered that it was going to be a turtle fight next. He could have kept the final wizard charge he had and then used it. So he's actually down a wizard charge now because he used the seed too early.
Yeah, we might see him have to do an extra dupe or get creative with some of the strats later on.
There's definitely room for adaptation, let's say.
Yeah, so back to the inventory management thing I was talking about. The reason we grab the seeds first and then the cures is we need our items in a very specific order for our glitches to work out right.
For sure, yeah. You'll see. I mean, there are a variety of the items that we need, bundled around, but they're being picked up in a very, very specific order.
I'm wondering if we'll see Riku just go ahead and stop at the inn anyways after going back to Aquarius.
Yeah, potentially. I can see merit in that just because being able to restock your charges without having to waste another seed. But that's only if he's aware of the fact that he used one a bit too early, so he is down. I mean, it depends if being down one wizard charge is going to really, really affect him. He might just kind of be one battle behind, and that could be a bit of an issue for him, but we will see.
Yep, and then especially in this early game, you really want to be using your charges up right before you seed up.
I see that Rikuplayer is keeping Phoebe on manuals that had to actually do the heal there. Now, because Phoebe was blinded, she would have healed by herself anyway. That is her priority. Like, recovery is a lot of this game's priority.
Ben dies on RPGchick side. Normally not an issue.
No, not really, no. For the most part, when Ben dies, just leave him down and go for it.
Especially since whenever he drains, he hears from himself instead. Nice fight from both players.
That was really close so far. I mean, considering the lead that kind of occurred just on the previous screen, where Rikuplayer got quite a nice lead, but unfortunately, I think his lead up to Squid Eye and the Squid Eye itself was just a little bit more jumbled. I think that kind of allowed RPGC to get ahead at that point, but still very close, which is good to see. And the thing, well, what I find really weird about it as well, because the movement is just stock movement, and there's no real movement tech.
Yeah.
You can feel like you're really moving well, but really it's just going how it should. You can't ever think, oh, I'm moving better this split, because you should be doing the same thing every single time. It's all grid-based. It's all set.
Yeah. Basically making sure you start the next movement before you buffer to a different direction.
Oh, saying that, Rikuplayer does press down a little bit too early. Oopsie. So yeah, with the Libra Crest in hand, I'll go back to the Libra Temple, use the Libra Crest, and head on into the Inner Sanctum, where the water, the Spring of Life, is not currently there. So that's not good.
But wait, we have an old man that has it for us for whatever reason. Just a bag of it, but...
Cheers, bro. That guy's really helpful. He's always around. Wonder why. Okay, so going back to Aquaria, and then you can, I believe that is an auto walk actually when you enter.
Yep.
Straight up to the
until the text box. So right here.
Oh yeah, there is those set of text boxes, and then so RPGC is going for the inn, but Rikuplayer isn't. The opposite of what we expected. I didn't see, when did RPGC use her seed up?
I saw her use the next one she duped right before Flame Wars. Then she probably used her seed right after the first Sparna fight.
Okay.
So we'll see if Riku keeps his seed management going. You have to make it about 80% of the way through the dungeon before you use your final seed. Or it messes a bit of things up, and then you have to reset up your inventory.
Yeah. You don't want to kind of grab an item that you need and kind of find it in the wrong place, have to use them up, but then you don't know where to find another one of those items. Okay, so the Lamias, you want to have Wizard Charge for this. I can see why RPGC went back to the end, just to make sure. Until you're kind of much more accustomed to when and how you're going to use the seeds and all your options from that. It takes a lot of experience and a lot of play to really get that in sync with. I mean, even knowing at what level how many charges you have, or knowing exactly how many charges you used up with your NPC character. NPC, you are playing them. Partner character, my word. I'm terrible today, JC. I'm terrible. Yeah, we've got level 8 on both characters as well, which are players as well, which is good. You want to be level 8 for this fight.
Yep, and then both players are setting up an encounter skip. Yeah.
This is really big, actually. It's one of those things that I never noticed just how... It's one of those things that I don't think the game intended for this to actually be the way that you did it, but it's just been found that you can position them this way in order to jump. You're supposed to go to the top right-hand corner, and you can see that encounter where you're supposed to get to. But
yeah, I just don't see why else they would give you 3 pillars to push around.
Yeah. And oversight, I'm sure.
They probably just assumed the players would just leave the first 2 where they were and use that last one to push it off to the right.
Ooh, Rikuplayer kept the claw on, so actually only attacked 1. The bomb came through, so we've got Cat's Claw available, or, well, it's straight onto the solo fight now for RPGC and Rikuplayer just having to finish up there. Going for the axe hits as well. Get that weakness going.
Get the weakness, then get that chance for a crit.
That was look at hanging on.
Oh my gosh. This is some pretty tight management on health for RPGC's side. Looks like it's going to play out well.
I have no idea about this.
Nice crit.
Nice crit from RPGC. She definitely intended to do that.
I think 1 or 2 rounds left for... Nope, right here.
There it is.
Nice. So still not that far apart from each other.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was a little bit quicker for RPGC because she did get a crit from Phoebe and she had a correct first turn. Either Rikuplayer missed input or he just wasn't aware that the Cat's Claw was there and just went with it thinking he had bombs equipped.
All right, next up to our inventory management right here with those refreshers. We always want those in slot 3. I mean, I'm thinking this race might come down to a Zuzu placement.
So many races do, but
yeah.
If it keeps up this way, for sure, it's going to be a pretty tight-looking race.
Oh yeah, I was also informed by Rikuplayer that I have to give him a floor 6. So here's your floor 6.
Okay, fair enough. I believe he asked me as well, so praying for you, buddy.
Ew, we might overflow that and make that a 2. Uh-oh.
Dang, don't want to overflow it. Underflow it to a floor 1. I don't know what I'm saying. Makes sense. Floor 7. He's just up there, and you can't get to him.
Rip run.
Okay, so these mages here are weak to fire. So double fire there, very nice.
Yeah, enemies really don't like to get burnt in this game.
No, I wonder why, honestly. I think it's, there's nothing wrong with it, surely. Yeah, I think it's kind of it's nice that the AI is, for the most part, very, very well programmed. That it does do 9 times out of 10, or maybe 8 times out of 10, 4 times out of 5, the optimal thing. But yeah, you never know.
Yep, the developers knew back in the day that they didn't want us to have an automated speed run, so they had to make some things a little bit off.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so the life on the Sphinx, allowing a jumbo bomb to kill the big old squid. Bye, squid. He looks so sad when he dies.
I know. And then talking about these dying sprites, what's your favorite sprite for?
My favorite sprite?
What? Right before they die.
All right, I do find the birds hilarious. They just look like chickens. I wouldn't say it is that one though. I just think they're hilarious. So we'll see him here. It's just like
yeah,
it's great. Or you've got the old man like, no, please, please, just a boy. Oh, petrified Phoebe.
That petrify didn't work out too well, but also we'll keep going rather than waste an entire turn for them to reset it up or to repetrify.
These bomb eyes are pretty good as well. Ooh, okay. Sticking with the thunder. I'm pretty sure a bomb on a double could kill actually.
Yeah, the bombs would kill.
Yeah, I wouldn't have wasted a wizard charge there.
Yeah.
If it was 2 of the eyes, I would have definitely gone for the bomb. And I go Bow of Grace there and then attack. See, and that's the thing. Like when you have comfort, see, I wonder if you're gonna go auto again.
Oh yeah. No.
I just don't think it's good using Thunder so early.
2 seeds left. She might be pushing her seeds.
We'll see how it goes. I mean,
yeah.
The thing is, it is one of those like surprisingly long dungeons as well. Yeah. I said this in the last game I commentated, but because you don't have random encounters, because you haven't got random encounters, you don't have to worry about getting them. But you can't. It also means that you can't avoid any fights. You have to do all the fights that you have to do to get somewhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is a horrible encounter because you just cannot one-turn it.
Yep, and then there's no formation that you can one-turn, unfortunately, as well.
Yeah. I'm curious about maybe using bombs there as well because, well, they're the strongest thing, but they're quite a lot of animation. Wow. Yeah.
At this point in RPG, she just needs to do a fire all in this end of the battle.
Oh yeah, indeed. But opting to go for the Bow of Grace.
Ew. Ben died on Riku's side on those.
Yeah, he got stunned so he couldn't bomb, and then one of them did the exploder on him. I mean, the animation for Thunder is really quick, so going into auto and letting Thunder happen is obviously very, very fast because of the animation being quicker. But it's just one of those things that, because she went to the inn, she's already got the...
So you got an extra refill from that.
Yeah. So...
But I think the inn only gave her, like, 2 extra charges, though.
Yeah.
Because you're pretty close to full Thunder's full charges leaving Squid Eye fight.
Hmm. Yeah, I think she's fine doing what she's doing mainly because I think she has got a lot of resources left.
Yeah.
What I was mentioning is kind of if you don't go to the inn and if you only have like 2 seeds going in. You know, it's more like a resource adaptation. But yeah, look at those, they're great. I think that the triple-headed dogs are quite good as well because of the little flag they wave.
I know. That one's hilarious.
What one's your one? I forgot. I didn't ask.
I'm definitely a fan of the Medusa ones.
Medusas are good, yeah. Going bald completely. I think it's always nice because like bosses tend to have a lot more as well. Like most enemies have 2. They've got regular, then they've got low HP. And then some like mini bosses have 3. Like I think the snow crabs. The snow crab himself has more. I think he's got like frothy. No, he's got regular, frothy, then frothy and broken claw. So like mini bosses have 3, and then big bosses have 4, which is quite nice.
Ooh, that's.
Going for it. Coming out. Confused Phoebe goes for it. And
nice.
Oh, right.
Nice.
RPGchick getting lucky.
Yeah, the magic uses are fairly similar to Final Fantasy 1. As far as you have these tiers of magic, and then each have their own charges, but there's only one tier of each white, black, and wizard, as opposed to one for each level of each white and black.
Hmm. I can't remember the exact multiplication, but I think it's like 4 to 2 to 1 in terms of how many charges you generally have. It might be a little bit less with it, but
Okay, I wasn't sure if that fire was going to kill that Sphinx.
okay. So the reason we jump back down and actually go down a floor when we go up is to grab that noble armor, as you just saw, which is an increase in defense, but also I think the crucial thing is that it has water resistance, and we're in a room or a dungeon where the enemies were. Well, it's the ice dungeon. There's going to be a lot of water going on. The boss specifically.
Yep, and then another important part about that fall right there was also getting the heal potions right there. After you grab those ones, we don't care for use of those seeds anymore, because we set up our inventory just as we need it. And then I have not been paying attention to Riku's charges throughout this dungeon.
No, same. Oh no, RPGC fell down!
No!
That's not good. It's not going to be like huge so much that you'll lose like a massive lead, but it's like not paying attention there. Or misinputting, probably. It's probably a misinput.
Yeah, so... Typically when I fall there, I think Benjamin's going to be going down one more, so I start holding left because I thought I started the next tile movement, except it doesn't.
Hmm. Okay, so one more encounter. Oh, by the way, we haven't really mentioned the reason that the enemies are invisible in here, because if you on the very first floor of the pyramid, if you head to the right when you get out the initial door, you can find an item called the magic mirror, and it basically shows where all of the enemies are. But we haven't got it. Don't need to get it. Because obviously we need to go. We need to know where we're going. We get to go one way anyway, and the enemies are going to be there regardless. So what's the point?
Pretty much. Oh, this is not working out well for Riku. Let's see if he tries to stick it out.
Yeah, I mean, these kind of fights suck just because the enemies have a lot of HP. Gonna go for fire on all 3, and that should take out the Sphinxes, maybe? All 3 of them are good.
Nice.
Okay. Nice decision.
Alright, and this seed count is good.
So one thing, it's just a small little thing that I like to always bring up, just because some people don't know about it, but when you're in those falling animations, so Rikuplayer is going to go up to floor 5, where he's going to get to the center and start falling down. If you swap your, if you try to swap your weapon with L or R at the wrong frame, whilst you're going through the falling and like screen transition, if you change your weapon on the wrong time, the game soft locks.
Oh, nice.
Don't change weapons when during a screen transition or falling, because you'll lose a run. I've done it before. I was not happy. I think I was racing Elmagus back in the day and just did it during a run. He was like, "Yeah, I didn't want to."
Oh no!
Oh no, Riku! Oh, both players have done it. JC, why have they done this?
I'm not going to say anything so I don't accidentally jinx something into existence.
Okay, so RPGC now making our way to Captain Snow Golem, or Ice Golem. You think you're a knight, huh? Well, take this. Alright then, buddy. So the Ice Golem is super powerful. He's got a variety of very damaging attacks, and the main one being this ice block here, which hits by 169. I'm pretty sure without the Noble Armor's increase in defense and the water resistance, that would probably one-shot them. So it's important to have that. Nice. Oh no, Riku!
Oh. I think Riku really wants to focus on the Zelda 2 Randomizer tournament coming up.
Just needs to take this slow. Be careful. Being careful is better than being reckless. You can see it when he gets to the end. Stop. 1, 2.
Yeah. A couple seconds extra at each corner is a lot better than a lot of extra seconds falling.
We'll make the error.
Alright, so RPGC is on the final parts of the fight. Basically, he'll almost always do an AoE attack that heals himself.
Heals by not a huge amount, but the damage it does to you is quite annoying because it's a fair chunk of damage to Benjamin specifically.
There we go, nice fight.
Yeah, very clean. Didn't have too much trouble. Didn't have to take too much time out to do like massive heals. So actually really, really good from RPGC. We're going to have to see Rikuplayer kind of really push through to make up the deficit from that double fall.
Oh yeah. One by itself typically isn't quite the end of the world, but he's added close to a minute now from the falls.
Especially considering how late that second fall was. He was on the last corner. Ooh. And it does take a good amount of time having to go around it all, you know. So RPGC making her way out now. One thing to notice as well, particularly about the equipment that we choose as well. The Knight Sword, which is an upgrade to the Steel Sword, is not only good for damage increase, but also it increases you get speed +5 for equipping it. So it actually allows you sometimes to get out turns, and it keeps Benjamin up in speed as we go on to the later parts of the game. And we have another weapon that we use for that, which is the Dragon's Claw, which we'll get later, which gives you magic +5. So the Knight Sword or the Magic Claw, or not either of them, based on what we want to try and do with our stats. Whether we want to force going first, or do that extra bit of damage to be able to get a kill, maybe.
The Sphinxing Gathers are not playing nice with Riku right now.
Having a bit of a mare, guessing.
That's fine.
Okay, yeah.
There we go.
So he's got, I think, one more fight now before. Just healing up, and he's going to use his finals. Oh, not just yet. There's the last fight. So as Rikuplayer makes his way over to Ice Golem, he's fleeing from that one because he knows he's had some issue with it before. RPGC is going to do the only battlefield we actually do in this game, which is the exit battlefield. The way battlefields work is you have 10 fights, you clear them out, and you get a reward, be it money, be it an item, be it whatever. This battlefield gives us the spell exit. If you want to go on about that one, Riku. Riku, JC, sorry.
Yep. So basically what we're hoping for on these ones is we want these fan quiz and that's it. Every time you see a Sphinx on it, you want to run away. That costs about 12 seconds or so.
So exit's really good, not just because we can immediately escape from dungeons, but it can be used as a battle spell as well, and it exits the enemy from the dungeons.
And for whatever reason, the developers forgot to make it a couple bosses immune to it.
Yeah.
Which is quite hilarious.
Quite. We'll see those come up later, but it is kind of just strange that it's doing that. So Riku is now beginning his fight against the Ice Golem. We'll see if it's as clear for him as it was for RPGC. So opening couple of rounds, not too bad. Getting the ice blocks on Phoebe, which is really good. She's got a wealth of HP, so she's fine. But yeah, the exit spell when you use it on an enemy exits from the battle. A slight side effect of this is that you don't get any experience from it. So although it's good, overdoing it may kind of wind you up maybe just behind your experience route. Because we were looking to be level 21, 22 by the time we get to the end game. I've never seen anyone get lower, but if someone just goes absolutely ham sandwich with all of the exits in the world, it could be a possibility.
Yeah, I don't even know how the fight would work at sub 21.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so I don't know myself either. RPGC
works a monsters to Firebird, since we all know there were sandwiches. I like that.
Okay, so finally RPGC has a just another singular Fanquid. So there she's got exit now.
Ooh,
okay.
No! Oh, Riku! Like 2 turns left.
I think he had like 1 turn left.
Yeah, I wasn't damage counting. I wasn't counting any damage on his end.
That's heartbreaking. Mystic Quest, why?
Yep. And then the official alternate name for Mystic Quest is 1001 Ways to Get Told No.
However, the rules of speedrunning, 4,000 no's and 1 yes is a yes, right?
Exactly.
All it takes is 1 yes to get a PB.
Or in this case, a couple hundred yeses.
Every single fight needs to say yes.
You need the right yeses to happen.
Most certainly. So we can see a bunch of chests in here. One of them's the fire magic that we skip. I believe the other one's the ice magic that we skip as well.
Yeah, I think Blizzard is right by where we push that pillar.
Yeah. Okay, so we're coming up to perhaps potentially the biggest skip of the game. So the way this works, well, I'll go through a little bit of it. I'll let Jason follow up. The biggest thing about this is that one day it was discovered that you can buy 0 seeds as an item, and you can have 0 seeds in your inventory like that, and then you can use them, which does that, which gave us 3 sky coins, and then we're going to buy 19 healing potions, which does even more to the inventory. Now, because of that, we've got a bunch of brand new items. We've got sky coins. We've got, most importantly, the fire coin. So we don't have to check out anything in Fireburg.
It also glitches that sandwich into our pocket.
Indeed. Most important thing, we do have a glitched sandwich in the pocket. Boof!
Yeah.
So we just skipped 2 dungeons, and yeah, Rikuplayer getting his defeat of the Ice Golem.
There we go. Very nice. Please walk up. Please walk up. There we go. I think it was Rikuplayer having some issues a couple weeks ago forgetting to grab that river coin. Oh, I didn't know there were bombs in that chest. Or that one.
They're normally arrows, but when
yeah,
out of the party, they become bombs.
Yes.
You only need 10 really to get through the exit thing. So you saw RPGC do it earlier. She picked up some on the way out. So.
Yeah, but then you need, I don't know how many you need for Giant Tree and Pazuzu Tower, but there's some trips that RPGchick made along the way probably, I think we'll see her probably pick up another couple bomb chests. For whatever reason, whenever you leave an area and then come back in, the brown chest gets refilled.
Yes. You got farm for loads and loads of bombs in Focus Tower if you wanted. By the way, that dude that we just saw was a guy called Ruben. Don't worry about him. He's a guy who exists. We like Ruben. And now we get our boy Tristan back, who's got a bit more HP this time, and still not any more of a hit rate.
And then especially against these enemies too.
Yeah, jeez.
Tristan can't really do it nice. Except unless he crits the mummy, he can't really do much in these fights. Okay, never mind.
Exit's gone. As Rikuplayer begins his exit battlefield grind, 9 to go. You'll average maybe, well, mostly you'll probably see like 3 or 4 Sphinxes over the course of it. It can be obviously a lot worse, but 3 or 4 and you're on like you're on your average pace of it. Any less is obviously great.
So I learned something earlier in my runs today. So these Spectre battles, apparently if one revives itself, Tristan does less damage.
Does less damage?
Yeah, you can't one-shot the Spectres anymore if one of them revives. Yeah, he was doing like... It's like what...
I thought, because like because basically what he's doing is halves itself. I thought they both have half HP.
Yeah.
I didn't... Really?
Yeah, he was only doing like 400 damage and they stayed alive.
Bizarre. Very bizarre. I didn't know that. That's quite odd.
Oh, power drain from Penguin Ninja. That makes sense.
RPGC picking up some more explosives and then making their way through the sand door. For potentially one of the, I like this part. I think that this part's very, very funny myself. Now that we've got to the old, we made our way to the tree and found out that we couldn't get into the tree. So we need to go and check some stuff out. So we go under, and now obviously Aquaria has been revived and everything's melted. We can go underneath Phoebe's house to Spencer's place. You need to hit those story triggers, boys and girls.
The game sure likes its triggers.
Oh yeah. You thought this was a speed run with skips? No! No! Just silly glitches. But no skips. You have to do everything.
Yeah, there's no firework at all. That place never existed.
Yeah, that literally what you're seeing is just the full game. That's what we're talking about. Spencer, how's it going, bro? And then Tristan's all, "Hey man, I'll come with you. Don't worry, guy trying to save the world. I can't be bothered to help you now." So
it's like, while you're busy saving the world, I'm looting places.
Tristan, Spencer. So we get the Dragon Claw from him. Hello? And this is the +5 magic weapon. So Phoebe's all, "Hey, I'm just gonna go bomb this."
And it's like, "Oh crap, I did something wrong. Let's run."
I just love that. Like, pegs it. But she doesn't join us yet. Phoebe! Come back! Exit out because it's like super quick. I'm going to go into Phoebe's house to see Kaylee, who somehow made it to Aquaria, who will join us now. And she's got the Giant's Axe, which is a very, very powerful weapon.
And the one thing I still need an answer to is, How did Ben know Kaylee was going to be there when they at their interaction outside the tree? Tristan was like, "Hey, doesn't Kaylee do this stuff?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, she's at Aquarius now." It's like, how do you know this stuff?
Reasons.
Rikuplayer going for his Firebug's glitch.
Alright, let's see if he gets it.
5-0.
It's really easy to mess up, especially the cure things if you're mashing a whole lot.
Yeah, you have to buy 19. Because you don't, obviously, because the Sky Coins, number 3, Sky Coins there, takes up the heal potion inventory slot. You have, it's based on how many you buy. Then determines what you get in your glitch. A little bit of a little snippet there, a little bite-sized taste of the Doom Castle music. Oof.
This is fine.
Yeah, we're all good, don't worry about it. Ooh, okay. Dragon cut! Survived! Wow. Okay.
Yep, and then I was surprised she was using the axe there. A lot of people like to use arrow.
Yes. Yeah. I think, yeah. Yeah, obviously a better choice, but I think that's the thing, maybe keeping it on manual. This is what we're saying, Kaylee 2 has... she's perhaps the most inconsistent of the AI for the amount of options she has. The most inconsistent, because
she has way too many options.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, and then we'll talk about these options a little bit once we make it to Pazuzu's tower. You let me not playing us with Riku. Should get it this time. There we go.
Yeah, because arrow is very, very powerful, and so is the giant's axe, and sometimes you can't decide in order to get the kills.
Yeah.
So
for a lot of these battles, it's not too big a deal, but once we start seeing the enemies that can reflect magic, it can hurt sometimes. And it seems like whenever an enemy reflects back magic to you, it does more damage than your magic would have done to begin with. And welcome to the longest dungeon in the game. Found inside a giant tree.
I repeat.
I think everybody agrees with that sentiment right here.
Oh, dude. Oh.
Yeah, this dungeon is long enough that even though Riku is a bit behind, he's still going to be probably on the second or third floor by the time RPGC makes it to the next boss. And then both these runs are doing a great job today. Make sure you give them both the follow.
Yes, you can find them, obviously the names listed below, their individual feeds is the name that you'll find them, I do believe. Yeah, I noticed that our RPGchick's C has been decapitalized. It was capitalized, yeah. It's been decapitalized now. Someone's on it. Someone's on it. I don't actually know. I didn't notice when that happened, but I did notice it has changed now. You can also find all of the information about the tournament on the challenge as well, or at least all of the results so far. You can see the times and the overall scores in each group phase. And I believe the top 2 from every single group will be going towards the bracket phase afterwards. I'm not sure if we're going to be... Is there going to be a loser's bracket for this?
I think it's single elimination, so we'll hop onto the bracket challenge page right now. and look at the rules. It is a single elimination bracket for after the group stage.
Yeah, makes sense. When you're thinking about like just general like competitive gaming, it's normally like I don't know, 2 minutes or I don't know, like 8 minutes for a match maybe. Like, so it's a lot quicker, you know, to do a double elimination bracket than it is for 2 hour plus speedruns.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game's also very well. The one thing the game does, which is quite nice of the game, is that it will always give you options that are effective against your opponent. So we go into a tree, we've got an axe cutter, and the worms are weak to axe, the trees are weak to axe. You do enough damage that, or you're given a character that basically can handle things themselves, and then it's up to you to be able to kind of like go alongside that. So it's kind of handy that is available. So we got the double worms here. So 2 individual.
Shadows do quake killing themselves, or drain killing the leeches.
That's good. That's one of the resistances of Phoebe 2 is that she has drain resistance, which kind of mirrors back the damage to the opponent. Very, very cool.
Yep, I see a lot of the randomizer commands kind of popping up. We do have the bronze match, round 2, coming up after this match.
Who's in the bronze match? I think that's ACMLM.
Bronze ACMLM versus Evil Ash.
Versus Evil Ash, yeah.
Very strong players in that.
Yeah, I believe the winners finals, or grand finals, I guess, is Christos and Ben, isn't it?
Yeah, and then there's going to be up to 3 matches tomorrow, not tomorrow. And then if they're tied up after those 3 matches, there will be a match. I think Monday is what they're planning on.
Like it. So here we have Zero Wing just picking up Kaylee now. And he's going to be making his way back to the Great Tree. And he's going to be fighting to bring it back. I believe RPGC got inside the tree at about 58 minutes, or just under 58 minutes. But I think it was like 57:30, I think, into the tree. So we'll be able to kind of gauge just how far ahead she is over Rikuplayer at that point. We'll see if Rikuplayer goes for the exit strat or if he's going to walk down. He's going to go for the exit strat. So because this walk here is a little bit shorter than the walk towards Doom Castle, going... Oh.
He forgot it. He forgot it.
Or did he get it earlier?
I don't think he did. We'll see when he pulls up his magic. You can
kind of get away with... You can kind of do it with Kristen.
I don't know why he's running away from these 2 battles. Wait, I guess he got it with Tristan.
Ah, I didn't see it. Wasn't paying attention. He probably did it one way or the other. I don't know. I don't know. Just completely missed that one. Good stuff.
Yeah, and unfortunately that I guess we saw that fight early. He was having a little bit of trouble with that. Didn't realize he was doing it to Tristram. Riku confirms he has arrow.
Well, I think this is a lovely little detail. Actually, it's nice to bring it up. On the Rikuplayer's side, you can see that the ghosts are just still. So there are 2 types of enemies. Obviously, the grounded enemies and the flying enemies. The flying enemies, if it's just flying enemies on the screen, will float and like bob up and down as if they're flying. But if they're paired up with an enemy that's grounded, their sprite will not be moving. They're flat and there you go. See, they're bouncing there. If they were just 2 ghosts and a grounded enemy, they'd all be static. I just think it's a nice little thing.
Nice.
So Rikuplayer getting into the big tree at about 105-ish, or just shy of 105. So it's about 6-7 minutes difference between the two now. Those, I guess, the double fall in Ice Pyramid, and then the very, very late battle reset on the Ice Golem really kind of pain for that one.
Oh, and the double petrify. Did you saw her off the tree? Yeah, but then we're at the point in the game where basically every single boss for the rest of the game, you can have a fight that's going extremely well, and then at any given turn, it can wreck you with nothing you can really do about it.
For sure.
So, this race still isn't over for Riku.
I think one thing that we actually forgot to mention as well regarding the glitch earlier with buying 0 seeds is that not only does it obviously get like just knacker your inventory and you get like sky coins and everything happens, all this kind of stuff. Most important thing to know is that you actually underflow the item. So it says 999 on the screen, but it's actually you when you underflow, you actually get 255 seeds. It's just been underflowed. So because of that, we've got just a ton of seeds, and yeah, just go ham with the magic. Absolutely no consequence or whatsoever, really. So.
So we're at the first set of enemies that can actually reflect your magic back to you. Putting Kaylee on auto is hit or miss. Most of the time she'll use the axe on them. Sometimes she'll cast arrow and kill herself.
She can do that, yeah. We also see, we saw just there, a crit, first of all, an unnecessary crit, but also the Dragon Claw has the potential chance to proc instant death, which is really helpful against these slimes. So ideally, we'll get a skeleton that Kaylee can one-shot with arrow, and then we'll get the Dragon's Claw, then proccing the one-shot kill on one of the oozes, allowing a clean kill for round 2.
Then alternately, you can also use the Mega Grenades on them, and then practically guarantee they kill in the next round after that.
Oh, very nice. That's
very
lucky.
Nice suicide.
Yeah. I need to heal.
We could go after with the safer strats on these leeches. Not a bad play at all.
No, sometimes being safe, maybe a little bit slower, but it removes the potential of it going any longer if it goes against you. You can have those days when it just doesn't go in your favor, and so you lose time over going safe just because you make sure you definitely get the win, or you definitely get an early enough. If that one option is slower, if it was to go perfect the other way. If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Ish. It's fine.
Cheers. So, although we think we're getting closer and closer to the end, you kind of think you're at the top. You've got another cycle to do.
I think we're at the last room before the boss, before Gager's room.
Yeah, I believe that this is the penultimate room. Yeah. Have to go all the way around the back into the center, and you kind of got like one more skeleton fight afterwards. Dang. Okay, so one of the biggest things and biggest damage dealing thing here is the you just saw it there from actually on both players. Whoa, Kaylee very close for Rikuplayer. Dang, the critical.
Nice.
So whilst we're defended against water and everything else, we are not defended against fire. It is potentially the most dangerous element for the purposes of the speedrun in this game. Nice crit! From Kaylee and no proc. Okay. So, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try something. All right. Do you have your personal splits open?
Nope.
Okay, open them up. Give me a cheeky open. I want to trade off some gold splits. See how badly.
Some gold splits, eh?
See, like, I have really weird split timings, but I actually have a split specifically for being inside the tree. So like, I split when I enter the tree, but it takes me 17 minutes to get through the entire tree.
I don't have a split for going inside the tree.
What? So you have?
I have
finishing exit, yeah.
I actually have a split for doing firework skip for when I entered Focus Tower after doing the skip.
Oh dang! Okay, that's a strange split time. To be honest, I've never seen that one before. It's new.
There's other dude.
Okay.
It's almost like no matter where to split, the Ghidra split is still extremely long.
Yeah, it's like from exit until I defeat the tree, it's like 27 minutes. It's like half an hour, and like 2/3 of it is this one dungeon. It's just. My PB is... How old is my PB? Like 2 years now? I haven't played this game in a long time. My Zeus Tower PB is 25 minutes.
Wow.
I hope it's not a floor 6, that's all I'm saying. Oh, dear oh dear. There are some long dungeons, is my point. You know, it's one of those games that, because of the way that the game kind of works, it's a bit weird. And so, just mentioned actually now, Ghidra's on a Ghidra fight right now for RPGC. Going not too bad. Touch wood. For this first attempt.
Yeah, basically the big thing that we don't want to see is Kaylee get petrified.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ghidra always outspeeds Ben, I think.
Yeah. He does, even with the sword on. And also, one thing, this is where... Nice fight. Very nice fight. We're going to get some Goon Kids in chat, please. I want to see you spam the Goon Kid. Goon Kid! The most important thing to note is that you want to have Kaylee on manual during that fight. So we were talking about her AI being a little bit up and down. She attacks him with the axe, Ghidra, but Ghidra is weak to arrow. So arrow does twice the damage. So don't have Kaylee on auto against Ghidra, please.
Okay, so rather than exiting immediately, we're gonna make Benjamin just a touch more useful. Just a touch. Just a touch.
Yeah. I don't know, I think me too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And coincidentally, we only use it for one area. Well, extensively in one area. Then a few times towards the end.
Yeah, after we get it mainly for this like next section because it makes up a lot of 2-turn fights, 1-turns, and that adds up so much. The time taken to get it is more than mitigated by how much speed we get from the next section.
Oh yeah, so we were supposed to get Mega Grenades a long time ago, so we have to make a quick stop back into Fireburg.
Fine.
And we're done.
The reason we don't get them earlier is because we don't really use bombs for that entire section. You saw it was either using claw or using magic to get through that entire section, pretty much. There's like only a few times when you do get a bomb usage, but it's not enough to really warrant.
Yeah, you've got a few extra cutscenes to grab it.
So we go speak to Dr. Otto, and he's like, is his name Dr. Otto? I think it is.
I think
Intriguing.
sounds right.
RPGC just remembered. She walked all the way out of Otto's house and then decided to use exit.
Yeah, we
Okay.
spent a good chunk of the run without it, so we kind of forget it once we get it sometimes.
I do it all the time as well. I think that's one of my. I've got a bunch of time saved just from remembering that I have exit.
So every single encounter that we see here is going to be arrow single with Kaylee followed by a meteor. There is zero variation to this unless an encounter manages to kill Ben somehow. Doesn't happen often though.
It is also the first wizard spell we pick up for Benjamin. I think at this point we should already have Thunder, which I think we get in the fire area.
Thunder. I don't remember what that is. White's over in the Thunder Firebreak area as well.
Yeah, White is, yeah. Thunder's somewhere. It's been so long since I picked it up. Thunder is in the game. Thunder is in the game. If you want it, go and find it. We'll wait.
Alternately, you can ask DDR.
DDR, bless. Yeah.
Levels do matter a bit. Ideally, we want to be between levels 21 and 23. It lets us do a nice little underflow glitch on the final boss. Higher than that, then you actually have to do a little bit of a real fight, but still not that much longer at level 24. You just have to do a different spell. Under 21, I'm not sure what happens.
You shouldn't be getting.
It should basically be impossible unless Kaylee manages to miss every single thing and you get a floor 2. But even then, I think it'll still be at 21. I'm not sure.
You literally exit everything in Doom Castle. So much experience in this game. Because also remember we have skipped an entire area, so our level should be a little bit, higher than you think. And I think levels are not so much really for damage, because damage is more based, not entirely, but more based on what you use rather than what level you are. Because we're still one-shotting things because we have a really, really strong spell, even though we're maybe about 6 levels, maybe more than that, lower than we should be right now. But I think the thing as well is its HP values, being able to survive certain types of hits. For example, you don't die to Dullahan, which is the fight that we're in now, if he hits about 580. So levels are good for surviving stuff. Really. But you naturally get these levels, so there's really no way you can't be a certain level.
Yeah, it'll just take some ridiculous manipulation.
So there are 2 strats to this fight. The way that our RPGC is doing it, no Doom Dance! And
nice.
The heal strat, if you want to explain that one, JC.
So, white magic you can cast on random enemies. If we cast heal on Dullahan, it's going to inflict a random status effect on him. Ideally, we want to see Paralyze happen, and then what that'll do is minimize how often he attacks, and more specifically, how often he can actually cast the Doom Dance.
Doom Dance is a very dangerous skill. It's basically a one-shot kill. It's just death, isn't it? It's just a death spell.
It's instantly, yeah, instant death. And then
on your partner character at any point other than the last turn before you hit, you're gonna die.
Oh no, cast a heal on Benjamin. Yeah, so either character dying in this fight is pretty bad. More so the partner. Basically, Ben dying is basically 2 turns worth of attacks you're not doing against Dullahan. Which just gives him 2 more opportunities to wreck you.
Guess he will.
Alright, and then we have Rikuplayer who's going to be probably starting his Ghidra fight shortly after RPGchick finishes off Dullahan. There we go. Pretty nice fight.
Very, very solid. Nothing hugely major. And Rikuplayer, yeah, is on his final fight now inside the Great Tree, which he gets through nice and cleanly. And it's time for his Ghidra fight now. So we saw a pretty solid one.
I think it's time for us to pick a number that's either 1, 2, 4, 5, or 6, or something like that.
1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, why not? Yeah. What are you gonna pick?
For the sake of closeness, I'm going with a 4 and a 6.
For closeness, you're not gonna go for a 2 and a 6, no?
What's our current spread right now?
I didn't see exactly when. It was like a it's like a low 114 that RPGC got out of the tree. So she exited out the tree after Meteor at like 114.
Oh yeah, I guess we'll definitely need a 2 and a 6 for the to somewhat evened up. Because what is it? 12 minutes difference between a 4-6 and a 4-2?
Roughly, yeah. That's what I roughly estimate it at. It could be more, could be less.
Depending on encounters.
It's just that many more fights, yeah. It is silly. It's just a bunch of really, really tough fights. Enemies that are just stupidly versatile in how many ways they can afflict you. A bunch of HP, they're really fast. And if it just goes against you, then you're going to be in trouble. It's simple as that. Rikuplayer on is it still his first attempt, or has he had to reset this fight?
I believe it's still the first attempt.
I think it might have slowed down in the middle of it, because he did get a couple of stones on Kaylee.
The finals, the grand finals for Link to the Past, that's tomorrow. We have a bronze match coming up after this race is over.
Race 2, isn't it?
Yeah, this is race 2 for grand finals tomorrow, or coming up after this, and then race 2 for grand finals starts tomorrow. I will say another nice thing about getting a 4-6 is, so typically after you get, so our first item grab in here is going to be our favorite spell, the Flare.
Mm-hmm.
You can one turn most encounters with a Flare, then either an air single or defend, unless you get these beholders that can reflect it back to you. You don't see after getting Flare, you don't start seeing these beholders again unless you need to go down from 6.
Yeah. That's me. Yeah, that's really, really good about 6 as well. It's like not only is it less encounters, but it's less annoying encounters. Okay, so we're gonna see the difference. I think Rikuplayer just has generally had a bit of a tough time in the tree, so he actually has about of about 10 minutes now after the tree.
Yeah, so Gekman add a space between the O's, and that's what it's supposed to be.
Rikuplayer picking up his mega grenades. So you don't want to exit whilst you're in the grenade section because you're technically in Firebug. If you exit, you'll end up in Firebug. So walk all the way back.
And I think I'm pretty sure you'll soft lock if you try to get the multi-key, or it's basically gone.
So pick up the Cupid's Locket as well. I didn't really mention this when it was gotten, when it was grabbed by RPGchick, but that's really important because it gives you some status immunity to really believe confusion and silence, which is really, really handy, obviously.
And blind.
And blind. There you go.
Alright, so we're not quite done with that inventory management we were talking about earlier on. So the reason that we wanted refreshers in 3 and then heal potions in the 4th slot is we need to get rid of the heal potions pretty soon now.
Yeah.
And
it's kind of strange, really, isn't it? Because whenever we get healed, whenever someone gets blinded, you actually want to use the heal potions. So you can open up the slot naturally as you go. Now, when we bought those 19 potions in Firebug after doing the underflow with the seeds, we didn't actually get any potions. We just got you just change the inventory around a little bit more. So you open up that slot, and then it will actually allow us to buy again 0 heal potions, and you can buy them because you haven't actually got any heal potions because the 19 that you bought in Firebug didn't matter. They just changed the inventory around to give you any heal potions. So you can buy 0 again and underflow those, which gives you the right items you need as you make your way past. Well, I mean, in order to get to that point, we have to do the obvious bit that our RPGchick is currently doing, the menace. That is
Pazuzu Menace.
Players making his way through Mount Gale as well. Going not too bad. Oh, here we go. I think it's Hellway time for RPGC.
It is Hellway time. The strat is exit, life, and pray.
Are you a religious man who used to stop breathing? No, it's very, very tough just because these things are crazy. Life can miss, exit can miss, they can use fire breath, they are very fast. It's just awful.
And those fire breaths can crit too.
Yeah, just in case you didn't think it was already enough BS, it just doubles it up. Just doubles it up. Never enough BS in MQ.
And Silico, it's the forest cheering Ben to keep finishing his quest for it. So go on, kid.
No, equip the sword.
Not good. I don't think sword will allow him to outspeed.
I think it just makes the chance of it happening a little bit better for you. It's like if you're in that situation where you have to do something, why not? I think is the rationale behind that. You know, if you have the ability to do something, might as well. I would go for it.
Yeah. All right, this is fine.
This is not TM.
Riku should be on this last battle before Dullahan.
Yeah, he's doing his very, very, very best to catch up right now. I believe it was a 121 exit out of Mount Gale for RPGC, so he's got about 2 minutes before he's falling further behind. See how his Dullahan goes, but I'm not 100% certain on the exact time. So.
It just depends on how Dullahan plays.
Yep. Indeed, sir. Indeed.
Not a bad Hellway at all.
No, managed to get through it quite nicely. I don't think she only reset one fight, I believe. Oh, the Doom Dance on Benjamin.
This is fine. We're back to life. RNG happened, and a couple falls, but mainly RNG.
So here it is, guys. We're on floor 7 now, so you go up all of the odd floors. That's why we speak to him on floor 3 because it's easier to get to Pazuzu. And he'll go to any other floor, 1, 4, 2, or 1, 4, 5, 2, 6, because he can't go back to 3, obviously. Then we got 5, then we're on 7, and then we make our way down the even numbers on the other side. So the way this works, I believe it's 6, 1, 5, 4, 2 is the quality of floor you're on. 6, 1, 5, 4, 2, I believe, yeah. So if he's not on floor 6, we baby rage. If he is on floor 6, we pog champion. Alright, that's the rules. That's if you want to be a Mystic Quest stream viewer, you have to do this. These are the rules that I just made up.
Therefore, they're enforceable. Really nice solo hand from Rikuplayer. But yes, like for the most part, it was mainly because of Ice Pyramid, and then Ghidra decided not to play nice once. But other than that, it's been pretty solid. Yeah, as far as his own play. Required by Mystic Law.
Yeah, and he's done a good job of staying within that 10-minute grasp.
Yes, like he hasn't really lost any time since then.
But remember, RPGC did have a really, really good Hellway, so we're going to see how it goes for Rikuplayer on his way up to the top. To this point that Rikuplayer is hoping for anything but floor 6 for RPGC. And you can see 10 minutes difference is just how long it takes to get from the first floor of Pazuzu's tower to the top floor. 10 minutes difference. This is a long dungeon, folks.
Feel like the Sierra guy in commentary. When are we gonna get some Almaga's commentary?
I don't know. Depends if he wants to do it.
Oh, and then there's Kaylee's well-written AI for you on the right, deciding to herald the beholder. Most of the time she will actually use Axe, if there isn't the heal priority before that. But sometimes she likes to cast that arrow. Unless they're gonna miss. Not sure what's the best thing to do for RPGC at this time.
Go for it.
There we go. Because I think we've came to the consensus earlier that blind does affect the white spells.
I think there is a correlation there, yes. But, you know, when in doubt, give it a clout, eh?
Yeah. When in doubt, find something to blame.
Other than RNG.
Other than RNG. That stuff does not exist.
So this is 100% execution. It's all frame-based execution, you know?
Yes.
If you got a certain attack power or attack, that's because you didn't do something on the right frame.
Yep.
It's entirely your fault.
And I think it's also believed that it also depends on your cart, too.
On your heart.
On your cart.
Oh, on your cart. There are games that do that, aren't there? Like games that have their own individual RNG values, or consoles that are different as well.
Actually, I would not even be surprised if even if you use the same card on different consoles, it give you a different thing. Because there is that random feature that if you press, I forgot what you have to press in the menu, you can see stuff about your SNES on it.
On which menu?
If you go to the menu, there's like you can see stuff about your Super Nintendo on it.
Really?
So
Didn't know that.
It's why it has that menu, why it features that menu, I have no idea.
Really fancy, you know. Okay, here we go. This is the last fight until we see whether it's going to be a Baby Rage or it's going to be a PogChamp. For RPGC, Rikuplayer having to deal with a couple of Manticores getting double stone, unfortunately. Thunder! Thunder! Thundercats! Oh. Okay, here we go. Boys and girls, it is a... It's a Baby Rage! Oh, this is where you start to fear for your life. Oh god, it's not a floor 6. It could be anything.
Now we just hope we don't see any beholders grouped in with our enemies. Then we can just basically do the exact same thing every pattern. Hey, look, people are following your rules.
They aren't. Well, they are. Sorry, JC, was that they are or they aren't?
They aren't.
They aren't? Alright. How many lifetime Twitch bans do I have to drop?
8-person. Dot dome.
Dot dome. Nice. Okay, so making our way downtown. Oh, floor 5! Okay.
Very nice.
The third best.
Third best.
The thing is, like, between 6 and 2 is about 12 minutes. Between 6 and 1, I think, is like, I want to say like 6 or 7 minutes. Could be a bit more than that.
And
Like,
then
7 sounds about right.
Then roughly a minute from 1 to 5.
Then like 3 minutes from 5 to 4, and like a further 2 from 4 to 2, I think it is. Or the other way around, but it's, yeah. 6 is just unequivocally the best. Like, you cannot question that. Obviously, I mean, why would you... like, you can't. I wonder if anyone's done the thing where they check if it's floor 6 first, and then go and fight him and talk to him without hitting the switch, and he just heads on out again, and you're like, no!
That would be like cart out the window if you pulled that off.
I think if someone did that, they would probably, not I saying, I'm not sitting here saying they should, but they would probably quit running the game forever.
Yeah, it's like, I normally hit the switch regardless if I see him. Well, before I even check, it's like, well, because if he's on 4 or 5, you need to hit that switch anyways.
So the reason we're hitting switches is because he's not flying around, he's on an elevator. We just noticed that Riku's on the way. So he's riding an elevator basically, and you're stopping the floors that he can move to. You're locking the elevator in place.
Yep. This game teaches us the more of a jerk you are, the less you have the ability to fly, even though you have wings. So he needs this elevator.
He does need it. When we get our hands on him, JC, we're not going to let him go, are we?
Nope, never.
Did you see taking an L there in that fight?
Maybe that's why he's such a jerk, is because he can't fly.
I think it's just it's by virtue of being a bird.
By virtue of being a bird.
Oh, I have wings, do I? Well, rip. I know what I am. Do you think like that RPG birds look in the mirror and go, oh no, oh, I'm just trying to be normal, but everyone hates me.
I wish we could bird toss them.
That'd be
So now that we've hit both the switches, RPGC actually, because to get to floor 5, just to go all the way back round. So quickly hit the switch, go all the way back round to floor 5 the other way, and get to her prize.
And that's the reason why it's slower than 1. Same amount of encounters, I believe, correct? I think it's the same number of encounters as what Silverfire had figured out.
I haven't counted it myself.
And then RPGchick saying nope to that Excalibur to that chest off to the right. It doesn't do us any good anyways.
You see a little bit of synchronization here where our players are on the same area, technically.
And we've got the high five here.
Come on, up.
There we go.
See you, bruh. Okay, so if we have a floor 6 for Rikuplayer, he's in this. Ladies and gentlemen, Pazuzu. If we have a floor 6, but this is literally PogChamp or bust right now for Rikuplayer. People mentioning the Excalibur. It is a shame we don't pick up the Excalibur. It's in this dungeon. It's just in a silly place.
Started by 2 extra encounters.
Encounters. You can see how long encounters take. Okay, so a nice approach for RPGC. She got 3 really quick encounters, and then she's on to Pazuzu herself. So a 142 encounter with the bird. 142.
43.
Yeah.
For at least starting the text box.
Yeah. So 142, 43. We'll keep that in mind as we know exactly when Rikuplayer engages the bird. It needs to be a floor 6 at this point, or Zoo afterwards just needs to just go hell for leather. So 1 of 2, right?
Or even Dark King too. Typically a really standard fight.
It can go wrong. Can go wrong.
I don't think we'll see RPGC pick up Aegis Shield.
Yeah, I mean, it is helpful. It really is, but I mean, Paralyze is the main reason, and Stone really, but they're both pretty bad. But yeah, I mean, taking the risk and getting away with it, because like at worst, it won't really kind of like. I mean, when you're on those faster times, it may kill a run if you get really bad like fights. But for the most part, it just slows it down, rather than it being like super quick. But Aegis Shield does take a long time to get. It really is a long way out of the way. Ooh, Rikuplayer having a bit of a tough time on this fight up on the roof.
Oh no!
Yeah, unfortunately, falling down. Well, not falling down, but falling into the fight. Thunder, good. No stone breath, which is handy. Blind. Excellent. Okay, this is better.
Did I miss the psych shield go up? Ooh. There we go. Nice miss from Kaylee. Alright, moment of truth for Riku. Well,
Yeah. Just like
in a couple more moments.
Like that. Not stupidly long bites though. It should be quite quick. Okay, wind is fine. Kaylee's throwing that wind.
think we're on the final stages on Pazuzu now.
Oh, definitely after this round, I think, yeah. Oh,
He's got...
yeah, he's down. There he goes. Paint me like one of your French birds.
Yep. And then this is one of the best rounds for him to kill Benjamin. Since you don't really want... You can't attack your spell, and then your weapons don't really do much damage at all.
Psych shield comes off there. Oop.
I think this will finish off the fight.
Yeah, I mean, Pazuzu's final sprite animation is actually very, very low on the on his HP scale. I think he's one of the lowest. You technically, there you go, nice fight. So a 145.56 finish, very good for RPGC. Not a terrible Pazuzu fight.
Yep, and then since we gave ourselves some real sky coins later, we actually don't have to worry about this chest.
Yeah.
So that's always nice. Alright. I think this is moment of truth time.
Yep. I'm excited.
Alright, Riku have the 6th floor. And... oh...
Be right.
No. It's because they didn't claw that one hook on floor 3. That's gotta be the reason.
Yeah, there are very numerous examples of setups to get floor 6 that all have been unfounded, of course. But we're all hoping that one day we can find a setup that is perfect every time for the frame to get the floor 6. Because it's based on the frame in which you speak to him.
And other things that we have yet to determine.
Double sword stab as a true orange in a minute. So the second underflow glitch we do there. So when we did it with the seeds in when we did it with the seeds in Fireberg, it allowed us to get a bunch of sky coins and fire coins. However, this time, when we did the glitch with the seeds, with the potions, it underflowed us to give us the Thunder Rock. So Otto's like, I need the Thunder Rock to get the Rainbow Bridge going. So you underflow the seeds. Here, I've got a Thunder Rock. I don't even remember where it is in the main game. It's been so long.
It was supposed to be another trip to Fireberg area.
Great.
We skip it twice.
Great. Grab Captain Max Cap from the Lady Kaylee, and then head on over with Ruben in tow and his Morning Star goodness.
It's a bit more than 5 minutes.
We're going to find out, because she engaged Pazuzu at 43. 143.43. So Rikuplayer needed a floor 6 to really kind of close the gap. But we'll see what he gets.
No one knows, because not a 5. Alright, let's hope for that floor 1 then.
Aye. We're just crossing our fingers and our toes for no floor 2, because that would be quite disastrous in this position. No floor 4, okay, so it's 1 or 2. Oh no. This is the point in which you start to really cack yourself.
Yeah, you're in heart attack mode right now.
Just anything but 2.
Yeah, I just know it's going to be forever before I'm able to actually PB again. Because I basically need a 4-6 now, every time, as well as good execution.
Yeah, that's the annoying kind of part, when it's like, I need floor 6 or I don't PB. Or at least you'll have a floor cutoff, you know, like, I can still PB if I got a floor 1. 1, yeah.
Or 2.
I think there is something good
about
it.
Well,
PB.
if
you get floor 2, and then you get floor 6.
Technically, I should be able to PB with a 4-2.
I'm gonna lock the floor 4 elevator anyway. You do this just because if it is on floor 2, You have to kind of push him up to floor 3, and you need to lock floor 4 anyway.
Yeah. But I think doing this, if it's a floor 1, actually causes it to be slower than 5. Or is that... I don't know.
Sorry, was that a specific question? Or...
Yeah. No, that one's a question. Like, I'm not sure if the encounter count includes these battles going up to the floor, to the switch for floor 1. When it comes to the determination.
Okay. So, I mean, the thing is, you don't know. Normally, you do it as a fail-safe in case you do not have the floor 1.
Yeah.
So I think that those switch encounters are taken into account, yeah.
Okay.
In the time. Because why would you go... I mean, going back...
Sucks.
Sucks, yeah. Sucks. Buying enemies is not bobbing on one screen, but bobbing on the other. That's interesting. Floor 4... Not confirmed. Okay, so he's not on floor 3, right? Good joke. This is it. This is the moment of truth when we cry or we don't cry.
And we had to do another couple battles before we find out.
Rikuplayer, do not post in chat what it is before we find out. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yes. No spoilers. This is a spoiler-free chat.
I've got a spoiler for you. Pazuzu sucks. /ban. Okay.
We will find out pretty soon.
I think I just saw it. I think he's not on floor. He's on floor 1. Yeah, I didn't see him, so I think it's floor 1. Yeah, he's not there.
There we go.
He's on floor 1. Okay, so second best floor. So you can hit this, I believe you can just exit out and go for it. That's not too bad. So it was a 1:43:43 approach. I think that unfortunately Rikuplayer has had a bit more of a strenuous pathway through Pazuzu's tower. I mean, I think he's got to do one fight more until he gets to... Yeah, he can do this. He can run behind. Yeah, one more fight. Interesting crossing across the screen, but yeah, sure.
Just some extra movement to try to get the frames to work out right. They gave him the 2 encounter rather than 3.
That's good. As you get the music on RPG side. So actually, this is not bad. He's probably saved 20 seconds in... He had the fast floor, but unfortunately he had a bit of a slower way through because of just the horrible luck getting through some of the fights. So, saved a bit of time. So we'll see how
RPGchick is not planning to not go for the shield. Unless he goes this other way. Nope.
So earlier, JC was mentioning about bosses that can be exited. So this is one of them. So Skullrus Rex is the first one of these. And the thing about Skullrus is he has not got the boss flag on himself. He just hasn't got the boss flag. So you can just life him, or you can exit him. Like you'll see.
Hopefully see. Should be able to see it this time.
Ooh. Oh no, and a death. Rikuplayer against Pazuzu. No, not.
It was a pretty fast death. Somewhat fast.
So yeah, RPGC using the life, the exit on good old Skullrus Rex. Now the next boss is the Stone Golem in the ice section. has the same lacking of boss flag to make exit immune. Yeah, it's good fun, isn't it, JC?
It's a great fight.
Yeah, it's always although it does give you the kind of sense of I can do it, and then you realise that you can't, because it's like the first 2 floors are so fast that you kind of fall into this full sense of security that when you do have to fight Twin Head, Wyvern, and ZU, that it's not as fast for those bits.
Yeah, in this game I find that the regular enemies are really good about wrecking you worse than the bosses sometimes.
True that. Can't argue with that one, sir.
So, yep. Haven't seen this particular shot in the Ice Pyramid section. Typically what I would do is, every single battle there's going to be at least one shadow. You can single thunder one of them, and then as long as the new one doesn't appear, the flare will take care of the rest.
Indeed. Oh. Pazuzu's ready for his close-up. And
there we go.
Nice.
Very nice. About 11 minutes behind.
Yeah, roughly. Unfortunate loss of a minute with the death to Pazuzu. What's nice about the fight that RPGC is currently on is because you've got 2 of these really weak crabs. Don't know why they didn't update them, by the way. You get strike firsts on them, so you don't have to worry about taking ages on those fights. You get the guaranteed strike first because of how weak they are, which is just nice.
RPGchick is probably right around 20 minutes if I'm finishing right now.
The average completion time, it's such a weird one because
it is extremely varied.
Everyone always says that the estimate is 2 hours, and it's like there's a very small portion of players.
There's 2 PBs. There are 2 people. Is it 2 or is it 3 now? With 2 RPGs.
Anyone else?
Magus.
Well, Elmagus. There are others who have sub 2s, but Elmagus hasn't entered in the tournament.
Oh, in the tournament, yeah, 2.
There's Genya has a sub 2 as well.
But then somebody with a 2-hour PB can probably see anywhere from a 2-hour to 2:15.
So,
Riku will probably see a 2:30 out of him.
Yes. Just realizing. Interesting. My name's not on the leaderboard, and I must have never submitted my time. Fantastic. Your PB is 2:19, yeah?
Yeah.
Slightly. I think my splits are 2:17:47. 52. Just 52. God, those are the days. Good times. Good times when I ran this game. I think I threw the towel in quite early, I think, personally. It's crazy to think just how much faster Elmagus is than everyone else in the world. It's like 5 minutes difference between him and second place. But that's the thing, like, this game is one of those ones that's easy to pick up and learn, but incredibly hard to master. Which, of course, every game has that. But that's the thing.
Yeah.
2 hours of this, you know, it's a lot of time to be on those menus and to be on the ball that long in terms of that's what I need to do. Immediately seeing the fight you've got and go, that's what I need, that's what I need to do. It's quite trying and quite testing.
It's always crushing souls.
I mean, I would say that the average run is actually about like 215, 220. I'd say for the majority of people who run the game. There's 52 people on the leaderboard, and 26 people have a 215 and lower, or lower than 215, and the other ones, 215 lower is half of it, and above 215 is half. So 215 is your average run.
Oh, good thing it was a servers fight though, on the RPG side.
The if light has a great name. If light. That interestingly enough, that spelling and that particular if light thing is okay. So Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, as you guys know it, the Europeans knew it as Mystic Quest Legend on the SNES. Mystic Quest to us is a Game Boy game, which was called Final Fantasy Adventure for the Americans, which is Seiken Densetsu 1, the prequel to Secret of Mana. Interestingly enough, Sumo, the main character in Mystic Quest or Final Fantasy Adventure, looks much like Benjamin in this. So I can imagine that some of the seeing things like if light, the translations being quite similar. Anyway, that's very exciting. Go. I'm bald! Where's my hair gone? How do you just lose it? It just disappears. You've melted my snakes.
I mean, I could see that happen with the flare spell with the lights.
Yeah. Or just bleached out. Okay, here we go. The twin-headed wyvern. You might see Meteor come back here. Because Meteor's pretty good against him. Flare doesn't do too much damage, and Arrow's a bit crappy. So the double Flare and Wipe just to get rid of the side enemies, but you can see that it's not too great against the Wyvern. So we'll get some Meteor action. We're gonna go for the Arrow. Okay. The thing is, Arrow is quicker and does less damage. Meteor does a bit more, but it's got a longer animation. So it's up to you. You can choose which one you want. However you feel. But I think if you want to go for the damage, Meteor is sometimes a stronger choice.
So maybe if you know it's going to be a final attack sort of thing.
Yeah. You want to cut out a turn. Ooh. Electrifying. Gotta shape up that.
Alright, just a few more rounds left.
As Phoebe joins Rikuplayer for the last time. So this Phoebe that we have in our party, this is the final Phoebe. The final Phoebe!
Final Phoebe.
Yeah, she's the Phoebe that we use for the resistance glitch. This is her natural glitching, her natural resistance.
And this one will finish off Twin Head. There we go.
Twin Head Wyvern. Post your Magus Wyverns if you got them.
I will say Mystic Quest does feel a lot shorter than it actually is, for whatever reason. I mean, all these areas are kind of long, and then you only have a few set things, so you don't really notice it really going by at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely quicker to watch.
Yeah.
When I'm playing for Zuzu's Tower, I'm just like, well, here comes at least 4 years of my life.
does. Pazuzu's tower is a.
Or if you have the triple manticores, feeling extra trolly.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, so the petrify there on. Oh, double petrify.
Yeah.
Aegis shield, anyone?
Sometimes it gets to play, other times it doesn't. There we go. I do like the shadows hiding in the ground right before they die.
Yeah, it's quite a twee sprite as well. Like, there are really good sprites if you think about it. Like, I've always found it quite interesting. There are things like this, like so you know what's also really weird here about all the Final Fantasy games and the localization, like the localized names. So like Seiken Densetsu being Mystic Quest for me, and then Mystic Quest Legend. So I thought those were two were connected. So it's called Mystic Quest Legend for me, this game. Then when I first saw Final Fantasy Legend, which is obviously the Game Boy game, which is the Saga games, they had this whole thing of having small characters and massive sprites. So again, they also have an aesthetic similarity as well. So there's just all this kind of like stuff just flying around everywhere of like naming things and visual similarities. It was nuts. Nuts. So only one Cerberus, and it lands of course it goes. It's Stone Breath, why wouldn't it? Or Stone Stare. You cannot be strong against the wind attacks. Strong against the wind attacks. Interesting that Rikuplayer went down and jumped over the hook and then hooked up when he could just face up and jump. You can't fall off this floor. That's the most important thing. Like, this is a different kind of floor to the current floor that RPGC's on. You can't fall down this one.
Which is really nice. And then on the floor that RPGC is on, you can only fall off the bottom part.
The menu boss for healing. Raise your hand if you have ever tried to heal and exited.
I did that in Great Tree my first run. Or Giant Tree my first run.
You just before Ghidra by any chance?
No, I was at where the leeches could start having the ooze encounters.
Okay.
And that is the only time I've ever done that. Almost did it a few times earlier today, but I caught myself.
Don't! That's exit, wait!
Actually, it was almost like right next to you, 4-6 Pazuzu too. That almost did. It's like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. You're fine.
One arrow? Fun. Good. Nice try there, RPGs. Firing.
Nice.
Okay. Skipping that enemy. And skipping this enemy. And
Collision detection is great. And then Riko's gonna try to teleport Stone Golem over to Fireberg apparently to get some sandwiches. Guess not. What a jerk. Ooh. Huh. Nice pick. Confusion? I guess it's better. Well, I was about to say, I guess it's better than her thundering herself.
Yeah.
Alright, and one more encounter, and we get to see our favorite friend, the Jerkbird, again.
Oh yeah. As if he wasn't great before.
Yep, picked a different set of clothing this time.
Could you imagine if Zoo was like, haha, I'm not going to be here anymore, and he just goes to a random floor in Doom Castle.
Oh, or take it one step further, he teleports to different maps in general.
He goes back to Level Forest. Jesus. That's awful. That's an awful idea. What are we talking about? Okay, so this is you. He's a bit flustered. You can see he's a red bird. He's angry. That's what he means. He's angry. So we're gonna basically focus down the Thanatos and the Chimera on the sides, and then just kind of go ham sandwich on Zyu afterwards. All the flares, all of the whites. Psych shield. Okay, so psych shield, that one there, that psych shield. If you get that psych shield, then you get another psych shield, which is the main psych shield, where he reflects your magics. But that other psych shield, that one there, is bugged and only does 1 damage. We want to see that, obviously.
Oh yeah.
That's good.
Yep, if he does nothing but that, you can finish him off before the second psych shield, real psych shield goes up.
Silash is saying that Zoo teleports to an old dungeon and picks Lava Dome.
And you hear him laugh. This is a really nice start for this.
You guys, no!
Oh my!
No! You guys!
Just hit
the double! We got the double! Ladies and gentlemen, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Let's have a round of applause for Mystic Quest.
1001 ways to say no.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, so you wanted a PB, eh?
No. So I was like, yo, I heard you wanted a PB, so I'm getting a PB. Alright, Riku needs about 5 more deaths so he can catch up. I just like doom dances. I heard you like dancing. Want to see my new former dance called the Doom?
You make me feel like dancing.
Maybe the music in Mystic Quest is too good, and that's why Zell likes to do these Doom dances.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? We want you to enjoy everything a little bit longer. Just keep it off. Keep the GG ways. Oh no! No! Whoa, Zoo! You are an unforgivable thing. Oh, this was programmed in a video game, boys and girls. Look at these triples. It's like, oh baby, come on.
Right. Nothing. Oh man.
Sorry, you were saying.
So the last time that happened to me, well, on one of my PBs, he ended up doing that 1 damage attack after he killed Phoebe. It's like, come on, please kill me, please kill me. Okay, you can die. I'm happy with that.
The comeback. Every single death is. Oh man.
The run actually starts after Zell. You don't know if you're gonna finish the run until you get this far in.
You can get a floor 6 for Zuzu and be like 10 minutes ahead, and you won't know if you PB until you defeat this guy.
Basically. Attack ban, attack ban, attack ban. That works.
must be mentioned that the box to this game is amazing. If anyone still has the box around, read the blurb again. The blurb on the back of the box is absolutely incredible. It is so good. When I used to run this, I always used to do this every now and then. No! Doom Dance, please! I just...
Spoilers!
think you are, Zoo. Yeah. Yeah, Psych shield away. Ah, whatever. Jeez.
And just like that, Riku is in the same section. he's got a few battles to make it through really fast.
That should definitely be the way when we're at grand finals time and it's the last two people standing. It should be that before the race begins, that the blurb is read, and so people know what they're getting themselves into when it comes to grand finals, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, any percent tournament.
I'm thinking about remaking my splits. It's gonna have 2 splits: warm up, and then run.
Yes.
Or the entire first split is up into here, and then the 2-minute split for Dark King.
Okay, so look now when he's got his hand on his upper leg like that, you know he's just getting ready to Doom Dance Phoebe.
Hurricane is fine.
Sky attack.
Still
Okay.
fine.
Full heal, that's all good. The seed. Implanted. White.
I'm always nervous that it feels like every single time I try to actually do the white with Phoebe, she actually outspeeds him.
Yeah, it happens now and then. It really shouldn't because Psych Shield is kind of like designed to go first. Because it's meant to be the turn, because it's the turn that it ends. It's kind of like nice. There we go.
Nice last form skip. There we go.
217.28.
I think there's a nice chance of this being a sub 220.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the last bit is like a minute 40 roughly.
Something like that.
Going for the sword, yeah. So you don't want to have the sword or the claw equipped if you're level 22 because, or just so the claw obviously +5 magic and you don't want to outspeed anything. So we equip either the axe or the bomb when going after Dark King, just to make sure we get the strats exactly how we want.
Yeah, we do too much damage, we mess up the overflow. If we outspeed Phoebe, we mess it up pretty bad. So, for a simple fight, it's cure, defend, cure, 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 defend. And Home of Dark King doesn't control you. Normally doesn't happen though, so no big deal.
The thing is, it's turn 2 that can be the biggest issue. Wow, he missed. Oh, dear!
I hate when that happens.
Okay, 23,000 now. He's just allergic to healing. He won't heal, so that will heal him by a ton of HP. But he has taken 10k so far, and then
all right,
23k.
This should be it.
Okay, and then cure defend, and then it's time, obviously, upon the hit landing.
Right now. GG.
219. Oh, she reset the splits! 219.20. And the SR. Do you have the SRL time official for us?
Well, 219.26.
219.26 SRL official timing.
Very nice PB.
Is that a race PB?
That's a race PB. I think that's an actual PB.
An actual PB as well. 219.20. I thought it was her.
26. Like... She had it on speedrun.com was a 222.
Yeah, but I think she's actually. A part of me thinks she's beaten that, but she might not have. That could have been a PB. Sub 220. I think it could have been. I didn't see a red number appear on our split. So yeah.
Yeah. And then we are 3 battles away from Za on Riku's side.
Za.
Nope, 2 battles away.
Yeah, very, very close. Zoo really pulled it back. Zoo really evened up this fight for us. Thanks, Zoo. Much appreciation. Give us like 2. Are you good for the interview now, or do you want to?
Yeah, we'll do it right now.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, we are going to have RPGchick join us in just a moment.
Hi guys!
How's it going? Congratulations, GG.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
My heart is jumping out of my damn chest.
How did it feel when Zoo was kind of taking its time?
God, that Zuff fight, man. Ugh. Every time, I have not gotten a single way through that Zuff fight without getting trolled off my butt.
Doesn't always go well, does it? I mean, the first times used aren't seen too often. But was it 3 Doom dances, I think, on Phoebe? That was...
Man, that was so awful. I get trolled by those Doom dances all the time. But hey, I PB'd and I sub 220. It's awesome.
Congratulations. PB and race PB, so obviously if it's a PB it's going to be a race PB as well, so it's all there. So did you feel like you were ahead at any point? Because the big thing was, I'll let you know, is that Rikuplayer fell twice in Ice Pyramid. You know when you fell once?
Oh my god, really? That's terrible. Holy crap.
Riku fell twice by accident on the last corner, and then he also had a bit of a slower ice golem than you, so there was that point where you kind of... I assume you felt like you were behind at certain points in the game, especially
because I fell, yeah.
Mm.
Wow, I think Rikuplayer really wants to play that Z2 rain now.
Is falling a thing in the random?
Yeah, he was telling me that he needed to lose this match so he could focus on Zelda 2 Randomizer tournament coming up.
Oh, I see why. Okay, he didn't want to be too good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's curious about how purposeful or not purposeful that was.
Oh! No!
He landed! Doom Dance landed and he's down!
Come on.
No!
The force attack.
Zoo was lying down and everything. Oh dear. Okay, so it's going just as well for Rikuplayer. So
at least I'm not the only one getting trolled.
So we have some very serious questions.
Uh-oh.
Oh, well, I've got a few formal questions, but I'm not sure what JC's got up his sleeve, but I'll ask because obviously... you go first, so you go first.
Yeah, let's go first. First serious question. What is the best track of this game?
My personal favorite is Pazuzu's Tower and Mount Dale theme. I really like that theme a lot. It feels so invigorating, like duh, you know, like hey, you know, you're gonna be awesome, and then get wrecked by Pazuzu. But that's besides the point.
Okay, so it's a win-win. So even if you get a 4-6 and a 4-2 Pazuzu, because you get to hear that music for longer with the 2.
That's the only benefit.
That works. I was gonna be a bit more formal myself. So obviously we saw every now and then there'd be, oh no, stop doom dancing Phoebe! No, oh the double. Sorry, I'm having a great day. So obviously we can see the timer, and every now and then it went kind of reddish here and there. But like, what was like a really good section for you today? What part do you feel you did a good job?
I think once I got through the pyramid, it started to go up from there. I had a pretty good exit battlefield until the last 2, where I just got Sphinx after Sphinx after Sphinx. And I went through the tree a little faster than usual. I had a good Ghidra. And then the floor, even though floor 5 Pazuzu is not the best thing in the world, it does save like two battles, so I did get a little extra time on that as well. And then Za wrecked my PB by like 3 freaking minutes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Congratulations. No, that is very, very, very good. But I was going to say, like, the tree did look really solid for you for the most part. It seemed like you were kind of just keeping a good pace. Got a few nice death procs, obviously, with the claw as well, which is going to speed up those fights.
Yeah, I also got really lucky with the leeches. I got a lot of double leeches, which allows Kaylee to just knock them out in one shot, and I don't usually get that, so hey, you know, kudos to me for the rest of the game, and then Za wrecking my life.
That's what he does, yeah. That's what he does. He's currently throwing one at Riku right now, but it's not over yet. Zu is still up, not on the floor yet. Opting to go for the attacks with the Bow of Grace right now. Okay, he's on the floor.
There we
he's
go.
definitely on the floor.
Now, Psych Shield. That works too.
Lucky. So I assume you're going to be putting some time into practicing as we go forward. What kind of areas are you going to be looking out for as kind of like your areas to really clean up?
I definitely need to polish up my in-game battles for the last part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I get, especially in Doom Castle, I mean, I'm sure you noticed, my strats are a little bit sloppy sometimes. And all I want to do is flare and white everything.
Yeah, for the most part, you can pretty much get away with that, yeah. There's the odd battle here and there that obviously you want, like, you know, just some kind of like counterplay, which...
Yep. I will say in the Ice Premier thing, you can always single target a shadow and then use flare to finish him off, as far as I know.
Right.
You can get unlucky, obviously, as JC mentioned earlier, that obviously if they do split, then that's the issue, but if you don't get the split, the single lightning to kill one and the flare to kill the two will obviously make that a one turn.
Wow, that was a lucky stuff for Rikuplayer.
That
Really
last
nice.
one.
Alright, just a couple more minutes. Just a few more inputs and we're done.
Did we get
And he's on a pretty good pace. I think he'll get... If things cooperate, he'll get us up to 30.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be a PB for him, but it might be. Well, it might be a race PB because he's only done a couple of SRL races outside of the tournament.
What is his actual PB as well?
I think it's a 228.
It says 249 on SR.com, but that may be.
May not be approved, may not be submitted.
Yeah, may not be accurate. Yeah.
Well, I think he just got it last night, actually.
Oh, last night? Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense why we don't see it on the board.
He was. I know he was practicing last night.
Again, this should do it.
Secure
And GG.
A 2:28.22 for him, with an official race time of, if you'd be so kind, JC.
A 2:28.24. Really nice run.
It says, and Rikuplayer has said that that is a PB, a bad PB, but it is a PB. So, you know.
Oh, there you are.
How's it going, Riku?
Yeah, I'm here.
GG, Riku.
Too bad, not too bad. Was that a PB by how many seconds for you, sir?
17.
17 seconds.
17
a PB is a PB, my friend.
17 seconds is 17 seconds.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, I know that I screwed up in the ice palace ice pyramid really badly, and then just it was downhill from there.
Nah, we saw nothing.
Yeah, you didn't see me fall like 4 times there, and
You only fell twice.
no, I think I fell 3 times at least.
3?
I know it was at least 3. Yeah.
There's the one you have to do. There's a 4 you have to do.
Yeah, but
I recall seeing like,
2
one at the
extra.
top.
I'm pretty sure it was 3 extra because I just remember kept on dropping down, walking around, and I kept on just screwing up at the same spot because I thought my controller input went far enough, but it didn't.
It happens.
So
Sometimes it happens. But I mean, got quite lucky with the floor 1. So our RPGC had a 5. Oh, she's gone. Okay. Oh, she's back.
She's back.
Sorry, my internet is not cooperating right now.
That's completely fine. So yeah, a floor 1 to a floor 5. We're sitting there and we saw that
RPGC was ahead by about, I think it was about 10 minutes after Dullahan. And we saw the floor 6 be debunked for our RPGC. And it was like, right, if she gets the 2 and JC gets the 6, this is going to be a complete whirlwind. But the 5 confirmed for our RPGC, and then 1 for you. And it did kind of like bring that a little bit closer. It was really interesting going into the last bit between the two of you, because I could see that, as I was saying, because RPGC was aware that she dropped in the pyramid herself once, there was that desperation of like, I could be behind because of this. All the mistakes that you are aware you're making instantly have that impact on you, where you go, how far behind am I? And you can kind of see both of you kind of teetering on the edge of really going for that faster strat, but also trying to play safe as well. Were you aware yourself as well, Riku, like whether you were behind or if you were ahead at all?
Yeah, I knew I was behind the whole time after I fell down there. After those falls, I knew I was behind, and just nerves got to me when I dropped the first time by accident, and then it just kept on happening, and it just got me frustrated. But then, it all turned around once I got into Doom Castle. Like, when I finished Pazuzu, I was still +5. And then by the end of Doom Castle, I was at -17. So,
wow, very good Doom Castle for you.
I still say we need a death counter for this game within the tournament races.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's something
We'll
we can
just have-
definitely do.
We'll just have a death counter for the entire tournament.
total deaths. over the
Total
entire
death tournament. And then we'll have special prizes or something. Prizes in quotes, by the way.
Yeah, there'll be like a consolation prize for the most deaths.
Yeah, the booby prize.
Yeah.
It'll just be a perler of dead Benjamin.
We'll have like these little tip jars with little Ben animations falling into it on each death.
That'll work as well.
yeah, I know when I was looking at the chat, and I saw that she was struggling in Za, and I was just going into the Za area. Like, I was like, okay, if he trolls hard enough, I might actually, make a comeback here.
We know you secretly didn't want that comeback.
I think everybody knows I secretly didn't want that comeback.
Just quickly, JC, it was 2:19.24 for RPGC, and it was 2:28.22?
24.
24.
2:19.26 for me.
So you did gain a little bit of time because of that. I think you died one less time to Za.
I died 4 times to Zub. I had really early deaths. It
Yeah.
seemed like hers were really spaced out.
Yeah, I kept getting trolled at the very freaking end.
Yeah, and that one attempt, I was like, I got like no attacks in the first phase, and then Doom danced twice as soon as he put on the Psych Shield. Like, that upset me a little bit, because he was like, by the time I was done the first phase of it, he was already down on like his whole like laying down pose. So he was almost dead, and then he Doom danced me twice when he had the Psych Shield up.
Yeah, same thing happened to me, buddy. Oh god, I just realized I have to practice this game more now.
Yeah.
That's why I asked what bit you're going to practice going forward.
I didn't. It didn't hit me. It just didn't hit me.
You gotta keep playing this game.
It's okay. You'll have to force me to play it during GDQ, Bowie.
I'll do a race with you if you want. It should be said, for anyone who's new to watching this, that as much as we do rib on the game for being notorious to speedrun, it's very, very fun. It is.
It's a love-hate relationship.
Very love-hate relationship.
Yep.
Alright. Any final thoughts from you two before we move on over to Link to the Past tournament?
No, I think I'm good here.
I'm good. I got my whole spiel on what happened. It was terrible.
We wish the best for you. I think we overflowed both me and Bowie wished for you to get a 4-6. I think we accidentally overflowed it to that 1.
Yeah, probably.
Well, you guys did very, very well. But I think, as you said, both of you PB'd. So we're all winners here. We're all winners here.
Yeah, it's all good.
Congratulations, guys. Congratulations, RPGC, for the overall win. Congrats to the pair of you for your PBs. I believe that in terms of the way it goes, that means that it'll be RPGC and have you played DDI
Nope,
yet, Riku?
I'm playing him on Monday, so there's still a chance for me to make a comeback here.
I believe in you, dude. It's doable. It's definitely doable.
It is doable as long as he has bad RNG and I have like God RNG in the next run I have.
Hey, I mean, we were only 11 minutes apart, so him getting bad RNG is definitely a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I had pretty bad RNG for lots of the fights in this too. Like until I hit Doom Castle, it was all bad RNG for boss fights, and then all of a sudden Doom Castle was just like, oh, we're gonna give you the best RNG ever for everything else from here on out.
It's like, it said we're sorry.
Yeah, exactly. The game was like, I'm sorry, don't hate me yet. Come back.
Keep playing it. It gives you enough positivity to make you think that it's okay to step back into the ring, and it slaps you about again. You thought I was done, didn't you? Oh dear. Bless it. Bless it. But yeah, thank you very, very much, guys. I think with that done, we will conclude here at Speed Gaming for the Mr. Crest 80% tournament for now. JC, are you going to be on comms for the ALTTP stuff?
Nope. I don't know who we have offhand. Do look at that schedule again.
But for now, we will say goodbye and thank you very much for watching. Congrats again to the runners. If you do want to follow them, it'll be twitch.tv/theRPGchick for RPGchick and twitch.tv/Rikuplayer for Rikuplayer. It's quite straightforward.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to have a power team for commentary for the second match of the bronze finals. It's going to have In the Name of DT and Will J. Bradley.
Nice.
They're going to have some shenanigans going on. So stick around. About 18 minutes, we'll be starting that up.
Excellent. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. JC, a pleasure to work with you, sir.
Same to you, Bowie.
Perhaps we'll see each other on the other side of the commentary desk again. So I'll see you later, dude. Guys, thanks for watching and take care.
Alrighty, bye.